Hello everybody, Merit Poker is calling. Vytautas Milvutas is always with you. And today is a very special interview for me because we have Daiva Byrne. She is Lithuanian and it's very special for me because first time I'm talking here. I'm talking with we are two Lithuanians are talking in Cyprus in English.
Exciting time. So
Absolutely.
excited to be here. It's my first time visiting, Merit Poker Cyprus, and yeah, it's wonderful being here and talking to you. And yeah,
So you've been here for like a week. You played a couple of the tournaments. So probably it's the first thing. And you're live, especially live poker player. What's your expressions? How you can compare this place with others? And you were here with your husband, so also he's able to have some insights, and you were able to share with us that.
yeah, of course. So I played the 1000 mixed max event, which is on day one you play 9-handed, on day two you play 6-handed. So I managed to cash that. I think we had about 250 entries. For me, the most fascinating aspect was that we got 147 entries and 110 re-entries. So it kind of shows you how wild the game was, but it's really fun. People like really talking a lot, and we really keen on playing lots of hands and there's lots of action at the table. You're not sitting there mimidly, timidly. Everyone's just having lots of fun and interacting. I love the fact there's like so many different nationalities here, like Israelis, like Turkish. I got to meet people from Bulgaria and Romania. It's very international. And I love that, when I play live, that, it's very diverse. So you never know who's going to be at your table. And the more nationalities and different background people you get, the more exciting it is. For me personally, when I play live. So yeah, I loved it so far. So played one event, cashed, and then played yesterday 1K Cup. Unfortunately, didn't cash that, ran queens to aces, but really enjoyed it and look forward to playing more today.
It's amazing to take such a kind of interview for me. It's like I have one question and like brilliantly she talks over everything. So after this series, I'm really keen on taking the interviews with the girls. Really, I'm super happy with these things. One thing I really want to talk about you is your things what you're doing about the poker. You're in the poker industry for more than 10 years and you're a player and you are much more than a player. So can you talk about the badge we have seen, the fantastic ladies in poker, I guess, this kind of group and everything you have in this kind of, it's social kind of aspect for me to having such a huge amount of the women in poker. So
Yeah.
please.
Thank you. So I got introduced into poker by my husband when I met him, which was like around 15 years ago now. So I was studying at the time. I went to university and started playing poker on the side, mainly online and like some live events like 5-10 pound buy-ins. So essentially about 10 euro buy-ins. So basically that's how my journey started in this industry. And then I got a job, graduated, worked in the city, and then few years later I realized I don't want to work, to do my job anymore. I find it quite monotonous and boring. I didn't feel like it's, taking more of my skills and abilities, which I studied for. And so yeah, I decided I'm gonna resign from my office work. I'm gonna take poker full time, and that was 8 years ago. So I've been doing that, traveling around, just playing poker and focusing on that, studying and just becoming a pro. And a couple of years ago, I just realized there is a huge gap in the market. It's not enough female players in this industry, and is there something I can do about it? And I felt like really passionate about it. I was like, what can I do to attract more women to play the games? Because, like we can compete at the same level. It's a mind sport, like everyone can do that. So I set up a group called the Fantastic Ladies in Poker, abbreviation FLIP, as in flipping. So I set it up 2 years ago on Facebook. It's a closed group for women only. So there's lots of guys trying to join. I just block them immediately. Got no chance because I prove everyone, all the people there, we're up to 3,000 members now. All of them are genuine people, all of them are female players working in the industry or starting the game or professional poker players, but lots of them are just recreational poker players who want to learn more, want to improve, want to meet the same like-minded women so we can travel to events together, and we can have more social aspect of that, we can play, home games maybe in the same city. So it's basically all about networking and relationship and meeting the same people who are in the same boat like you. Maybe you're too shy to travel to event together, so you can make a friend and you can travel together. So I feel really passionate about it, being an advocate for women in poker, and I, try to do as much as I can to always promote them. And essentially the group is like for promoting women's success. So let's say the lady wins a major event, let's say the cup was won by me. So yeah, I make a post about, oh, congratulations to Laura or whatever, she took down 1,000 pound event, she won 50,000, and let's be happy for her. And it's basically, like showing that women can be successful, and encouraging women who not played live before to do the same. It gives them motivation and extra strength to go and do the same. Yeah.
That's really beautiful. And one more thing that I got from your conversation, and I was always on that idea, like I think even being on the live poker table for women, it's even advantage because especially with such a talkative woman as you are, and it's because especially in this kind of environment, then people, as you said, they're talking, they want to have and I think it's very big edge if you're able to take it. If you're not like trying to be as a man, be like with the headphones or some whatever glasses, whatever, but to be the part of the community, I think it's a huge. Not even like you are together. It's edge if you're able to take these kind of things. So I'm really interested to ask you any kind of advice. The girls, as you talk, maybe there are some, girls that coming here with the husband and they are shy and etc. What would be your advice for the beginning lady to start the game?
For the beginners, I would say the best way to get into poker is start playing free rolls and ladies event. I know you got a free roll tonight, so I think it's perfect. 5 p.m., you can win a seat and then jump into, $400 game and play that. I think it's ideal. You get to see people playing and you don't need to put any money in. And ladies events, that is more about like just feeling more comfortable. So if you're not played live before, I think ladies event is just perfect because usually the social aspect is much like milder. Everyone is talking, having a glass of, like bubbles, maybe champagne, and everyone's relaxed. So no pressure, people taking time, and the dealers are usually understanding, and everyone's understanding, not telling you, oh, you folded out of turn. So everyone's like, they know you're playing for first time. So it's just really a good way to start and not feeling uncomfortable. And when it comes to more experienced poker players, female players at the table, I always find it like you get two types of men on the table.
Okay.
So one of them is like people who soft play you because they don't want you out. They enjoy your company.
Yeah, no.
They want you there to talk to them, and interact and, like have a pretty face at the table. And so they're gonna fold more to you. So you need to understand that you can bluff them more. So you can use that to your advantage. And the other type of guys, which I usually get at the tables, the ones who always want to outplay you. They're never gonna fold to you because we cannot fold to a woman. And they're always gonna be calling you down very light, so never try to bluff that kind of guy, and you always need to know that you have to play in position and tight versus them, so you need to adjust in a different way. Yeah.
Oh my God, what a smart girl we have today. I'm really enjoying being in that kind of circumstances on the table with you. I'm not sure if I really want to play with you because you understand such a many years, you understand so many things in poker, and it's beautiful to hear that. And I know you have interest.
Sorry to interrupt. How do you actually find playing against women on the table? Do you find you need to adjust in a different way? How do you find that yourself?
Actually, it's pretty rare. Let's say I cannot say like pure percentage, but probably it's like one on the times, even less. I have the woman on the table, and I think women are very different. And my approach as a live poker player, I start to talk to her. I start to ask her about the things. Is she's like kind of professional? She has a kind of professional approach to the game, or she's learning from her husband. Probably he's the businessman. Maybe he's the poker professional. It depends. And when I start to talk to her, I understand. Is she's in a friendly way, or she's is able to take the advantage. Yeah. So some of them, they have probably not fold at all because I'm kind of active. Even if I'm folding a lot, they think that I am active because of my continuous speech and everything. So I think I shouldn't bluff them. But there are some situations when as you told, I need to bluff her more because of this. Yeah, and actually, I now when you're taking through, I see the one woman. I have really lots of like in table 5, and you have lots of interaction with her during local events. Especially, she's never folding to me. She folds to everybody, but not to me because she said I'm bluffer.
She knows your tricks, yeah. She's played with you quite a lot. Yeah.
But I'm really enjoying to play with women on the table, and I hope we will have more women on the table. And I really, really hope you will make it, or you help us to do it in the future to have bigger ladies event or something. And I know you have big success before with the ladies event. Let's hear. Can you tell about that?
Yeah, sure. I mean, I would love to work with you guys in the future. It would be really amazing. Like, I really enjoyed playing this ladies event. You had it was 2 tables, and it was perfect, little ladies event, and we had a good time. And obviously, if you expand on that, it's possible and it'll be fun. I hosted ladies events in the past, around UK, and I did was one of the main hosts for the Poke Malta Festival in Malta, and that attracted 120 entries. And in Belgium, around 70 entries. In the UK, around 70 as well. So it's all this nice community we have, like in the Flip Ladies. So loads of them come to support events, and loads of them want to come and meet people, like from a group. And like you said, like there is like loads of men who travel to events, and we bring their wife, we bring their girlfriend, and it's a nice way to engage them as well, and to bring into community. And like you don't want them to stand around and not have a good time. Why not just sit down and play with the girls, and see how comfortable we are, learn about the game, and maybe next time we'll come and play the main event together with your husband. Perfect, right? Yeah.
Because some of the things I learned from, I see lots of the women here. I'm really keen on talk with them. And the one of the things, it's confidence. They have enough money, but most of them, they are like they are even businessmen. Their husbands are businessmen, but they have the confidence. The husband is playing for years, 10 years, whatever, 20 years, and she's just in the first her steps in the poker. And some of them, it's hard to get that. When the husband tells you are good, you can play, it's different. But another person, especially who's accomplished in poker, and if she's a woman, she tells you, yeah, you can do it. This girl made it. You can do it. It's really good things to start with. And one more thing I want to ask you: you have a little bit different approach, especially these days when it's all about the backing players, staking stuff all around. You have different approach of that type of things, and I really want to know. I want that you would share with others what's your approach about the staking, about all the things, and how you've been in such a long time in business and being successful, and you never had been staked, really?
Yeah, I've never been staked. I'm not looking for a stake because I feel like, if you are a profitable player and, like you're studying a lot and you are making the most, GTO plays and you know how to adjust to the game, especially live to profile the players. I mean, if you believe in yourself, like, why would you want to be staked if you know you're a winning player by the end of the year when you track all your records and all the games, and so my thinking was like, yeah, why would you want that, right? If I wouldn't want to share my profits. The only time I sell any action of myself is literally like once a year when I go to play WSOP main event, which is 10K buy-in. For me, that's a lot because my average buy-in is around 1K, 500. And so I usually sell up to 30%, never more. And because I'm thinking, I believe in myself and I made enough money in the year to invest that back and try again to win, to have a huge score, to build more bankroll. So, and I always tell to people, like, believe in yourself more, study a lot. If you're confident in your game, in the long run, you'll be making a profit.
Guys, simple as that. And one more, probably one of the last questions for today. What's your process, how you learn, how you get improved? Because you have like different background, everything. So it's really interesting to know, and maybe it will be useful for the ladies while watching us.
Yeah, well, so I'm quite fortunate. I have, like lots of successful poker players as of mates, and we do Skype sessions. I do usually with Dara once a week, and we go through hand histories and discuss the interesting hands we had from live events. So for example, when I played here, I would have a list of like 5 key hands where I lost or won chips, and just so we analyze them to see how could I play them differently. Let's say, could I have made more chips or could I have lost less, and just look for GTO solutions, do the PO solve, like analysis and stuff like that. And what I do myself when, I don't have a Skype sessions, I just rewatch lots of final tables, like, better players than me, playing on PokerGo, for example, like just watch, final events of, 10K buy-ins, 20K buy-ins, and see, like, would I play any different, like in certain situations, like, could I adjust and, like, making a little, like, new maybe, new strategies or something like that. Always thinking, what could I do differently that could make me more chips, more profit, in that way. And so, and also you're learning and makes you think about the game, and and then just like stay on the top of the trends and what's happening in the poker industry, like read articles, listen to podcasts. I always find like very fascinating listening to podcasts, what the better players say, how we analyze hands as well. So there's lots of free information you can get, like YouTube channels, like, so you don't even need to pay for subscriptions. Yeah, go to YouTube, go to podcasts. There's like tons of them, and yeah, just watch the replays of the big events. Yeah, I think that's the best way to do it, really.
Brilliant. And I'm really enjoying talking with you, and I'm really curious, what do you see yourself in this kind of industry, let's say in 1 year, in 2 year? I know it's dynamic, everything can change and happens, but I'm really curious, what's your goals for a couple of years, or maybe you have long-term goals? Just let us know.
Well, I guess the biggest goal is to continue being passionate and enjoy what I'm doing, right? Because that's the reason I left the office job, because I was not enjoying it. And I always say to people I meet in life, say like, do what makes you happy, because that's the only way to achieve happiness in life, right? Surround yourself with happy people, do the job you're happy, and so I want to continue traveling, I want to continue playing live events and hopefully making enough money. I don't want to be the best in the world, I just want to be happy and make enough money to survive, and like to do things that make me happy, like traveling, exploring new countries, meeting new people, and have enough money, to go and visit my family back home, and just little things in life. I'd say I'm not very motivated by huge success, like, making millions. I don't need that money. It wouldn't make a difference in my life. I'm already very happy.
So beautiful to see that eyes are shining from the having daily life. So guys, thank you so much. Thank you, Daiva, for such an honest talk with us.
It's a pleasure.
So it's best wishes for you from Merit. And next time, come here, join us, talk with Daiva, talk with me, and let's go to play on the tables.
Let's do this.
Bye, guys.